In Affinity Photo, you can paint with letters super quick and super easy. First thing to do, set it up. Just go over here and select the artistic text tool, click the document and then add the letter A or B or C, etc. And with that, you can then set the colour. I'm going to go with blue. Now, if you want to set a stroke to it, what you need to do is simply go over here, select the rectangle tool, and then you can see here, click here, and you can set a width, and you can change that. So you can create a blue A, a green A, etc. Well, with this selected, you can now go to File, and then down to Export. You need to save it. It's a key thing, save it, and to make it easier, go with Selection Area, and also give it a name. I'm going to go with A, so Export and A. And of course you can repeat that with B, C, D, E, etc. and replace. Now a key thing for this is to use a document with a transparent background. So when you start up, initially go with File and New. So make certain you've got that, click Create and go with Make Certain Document, Transparent Background. It's no use going with a white background or green, whatever. You need transparent background. So that needs to be set to be on. Okay, what you can then do is just go back to the other one and you can change it. Of course, you can go over here, select again the artistic text tool, select that and set it to B. Just simply select it, set it to B by pressing B on the keyboard and then select again. And I'm just going to change the color. So maybe go with, say, red, etc. And then once you've done that, you can export that and so on. So you can create a variety of them. You can also add additional effects as well. You can always go with layer and maybe go with effects down the bottom, maybe add an outer shadow, 3D effect, etc. Or add effects as well, live effects, so you can change them, but maybe create blurred designs, etc. Okay, once you've created your letters, maybe 5 or 6 of them, or 3, I'm just going to remove this. Now what you need to do is create the brush. So go to the brushes panel, and the brushes panel, as all of the other panels are, you can find them in the window menu and brushes. These ones are the key ones, I think, layers and brushes. So now with that, you can go here to the brushes. Go to the right side menu here. There's a little menu here. Just click here and go for New Image Brush. Select that. Now you have to select one of your brushes. So I'm just going to go with this one, A.png. You could go with B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you've chosen, and click Open. And now you can see it's saved in your brushes. That's part of the story. What you need to do now is double click. You need to edit it. And you can set some things such as size, jitter, etc. But a key thing is go here to texture. See, you've got 4 along here tabs. Texture is the one you want. And you can see here you've got A. You can now change that or add. So click add and I'm going to add B. Unfortunately, you can't select C, D, E, F, etc. You have to do it one by one. It's a pity, but that's the way it works. So now open. Doesn't open it, but it adds it. And then you've got the B there. And now add again and select the other one, C. And probably best to change the colour as well to make it green or blue or whatever. Click open. Now, unfortunately, you can't change the colour at this point. So you've got C here. You can see now it's blue. You have to go with set it up as red or green, etc. You can change how it's actually applied. And you can see you've got all these letters here. It's random. But you can change that. You can make it cyclic. So you can set up a whole range of different options how it's applied. You can also go for rotate and so on. There's a whole variety of them. I'm going to go with random. Go back to dynamics. You can then change the size jitter. Now this by default will be set to 64. So if I apply this brush now, let's just go over to the brush tool. You can apply without leaving this dialog. So I'm just going to go over here to the brush and apply. And you can see now you got your letters there. It's set to 64. That's just the way it works. It's a default. Now, of course, the document, you could have had a brush size of 600 by 600. So you can change that. So you can go to General and just boost that up to maybe go say like 300 and now apply it. And you can see you've still got a really sharp, decent image. Now what you can then do, you can change this. Go here to the dynamics again, and you can change scatter, so you can just have it scattering very rapidly across the document. You can also make it rotate. So now apply it, you can see you get this. Now if you want different colours, now of course I've got a blue one and a blue one, not so helpful, but if you had like blue, greens, etc. all in the mix, go here, hue jitter, and you can see now what happens. You get different colours, and you've got here the C and the A, all of them suddenly are going from greens, pinks, etc. They're all different because the way the random works, and also saturation jitter and also luminosity jitter. You don't have to change that. Personally, I prefer to keep that down, and I'm going to close it and now apply it. And now you can see you get your brush there. Now if you've got an art pad and pen, what you can do, and let's just see, double click to make certain that one is set to pressure. That's the key thing. Now if you haven't got one, you might want to go with, say, random, so it will randomize the size. But I'm going with pressure, art pad and pen. If you've got a mouse, just use the random, and you can see then you can apply it and you get this result. Now of course what you can also do is you can apply it on different layers. You don't have to apply it all on the same layer. So I've created this. I can then go to layer, and then down here a new layer, and apply it again. So I just apply it a little bit, just very quickly, and you can see then over here in the layers panel you've got an additional layer. You can also go to here to FX, click there, and maybe go for bevel and emboss, and now that will add a bevel and emboss to there. And also maybe go for an outer shadow. Let's just quickly go for a shadow, and you can see then you get a lovely shadow effect, and that's applied to that layer. And if I add more brush strokes to it, it will be also have the same effect. And you can repeat this, of course. You can then go to layer and new layer again and continue and add maybe different effects to that, maybe different shadows, different embosses, etc. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions about this effect, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Will you be using this? Do you think this is a great feature? Would you be using ABC? Maybe use 1, 2, 3. You can of course use complete words as well. You don't have to just go with, well, I'm going here. You could put car, dog, cat, whatever, different words. And then of course that would be applied to the design instead of just obviously A, B and C. And another great thing about fonts is that if you've got a font, you could change the font. So you could maybe have different fonts. You don't have to go with, say, Arial, particularly for one sort of design. You could go for different types of things. And also some fonts come with imagery in. So you can use imagery in this to create all kinds of mix of designs. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Please click the like or dislike button, always great. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Bye.